viewers, and welcome to another interesting program, your program, the newspaper review on iDEA TV. Today we'll be taking a look at what the papers are saying on the front line of the stories, being the 2nd of February 2026. We shall be taking a look at what the nation is saying, the Blueprint, the Guardian, the Vanguard, the Tribune, the Daily Trust, and also the last, the Punch. So a quick dive in to see what the nation have for us this morning. We can see on the front page of the nation this morning, what is trending there. We saw General Musa, how coup attempt was foiled at planning stage. General Musa, how coup attempt was foiled at planning stage. That is coming on the front page of the nation. Then we can also see going down to still on the front page, 80 Komini Wali abductees escaped from kidnappers' den. 80 Komini Wali abductee escaped from kidnappers' den. Then we also see on the front page there, just close to the main page, it says doing a coup now is impossible. Nigerian would have resisted it. Doing a coup now is impossible. Nigeria would have resisted it. See coming on the front page of the nation. And we also see the picture of NDLEA. We saw it's a man nabbed for importing cocaine in soles of shoes. Man nabbed for importing cocaine in soles of shoes. I mean, this is the case of importing and bringing cocaine into the country, smuggling drugs, and NDLEA have already nabbed him there and is there to explain it. All right, quickly grab the paper on that to see what is really trending on that aspect. Then on the down page, it says Senator Abdulaziz Yari received a prestigious award in Ghana. Senator Abdulaziz Yari received prestigious award in Ghana. All right, quickly moving to see on the front page. It says Dangote NNPCL seals gas supply deal. Dangote NNPCL seals gas supply deal. See coming on the front page of the nation this morning. Then quickly, let's move to page. I think page 1. See on the front page. It says Ondo gross net profit to 241 3 billion naira. Ondo gross net profit to 241.3 billion naira. Then see on the front page we have trial of Benue attackers open. Trial of Benue attackers open. And then still quickly moving to the old page, still on the nation this morning, on page 2 and page 3. It says how government policies reshaped forest transaction. How government policies reshaped forest transaction. And also moving to page 5, see on the front page of the nation this morning. It says why Labour Party won't go into coalition by OT. Why Labour Party won't go into coalition by OT. See coming on the front page. Then lastly on the nation, we have on page 7, it says, I will produce my successor in Oyo State, Makinde boast. I will produce my successor in Oyo State, Makinde boast. Then still on the front page, it says, ISWAP, second in command, killed in massive attack. ISWAP, second in command, killed in massive attack. I mean, that is coming on the case of insurgency and case of insecurity in the land, and that is a good news for military men there that have killed the commander and of ISWAP. All right, and we can see on the front page, you see General Musa, how coup attempt was foiled at planning stage. I mean, these are most of the trending story leading the front page of the nation this beautiful morning. Then let's quickly move to the blueprints and see what is trending on the blueprint papers this morning. On the front page, we have 80 abducted Kaduna worshippers escape troop rescue 70 in Niger. 80 abducted Kaduna worshippers escaped troop rescue 70 in Niger. I mean, this is coming in on the case of the abductee of the Kaduna worshippers, and we are getting the reports now that some of them, 80 abductees, have escaped. I mean, 80 of them has already escaped, and the troop rescue 70 in Niger. I mean, this is the new development right now. Then still quickly moving, still on the blueprint, we have gunmen still holding Ondo 86 Kajuru Kingsmen, says by residents. Gunmen still holding Ondo 86 Kajuru Kingsmen, says by the residents. Then we also have terror kingpin Abu Kali, 10 orders neutralized. Terror kingpin Abdul Kali, 10 orders neutralized. All right. Then still quickly moving, we have still on the front page of the blueprint, it says FG to arraign suspect in Benue killing today. FG, federal government, to arraign suspect in Benue killings today. All right. Then quickly, let's move downward and see. We can see the picture of Shetima there. All right. It's a Tinubu fearless reform battle yielding unprecedented success, says by Idris. Tinubu fearless reform battle yielding unprecedented success, says by Idris. And quickly moving, we also have, we are on a healing journey to $1 trillion economy, says by the presidency. I'll take it again. We are on a healing journey to $1 trillion economy, says by the presidency. All right, quickly grab the paper there to see what the president mean by $1 trillion economy. We're on a healing journey to one trillion economic journey. All right, quickly grab a paper on that to see what the presidency is saying regarding that aspect. Then on the down page, still on the blueprint, where we have on page 15, we brought to you that Tinubu hails Grammy Lifetime Award for Fela. Tinubu hails Grammy's Lifetime Award for Fela. I mean, this is coming on the case of Fela Grammy. As in, Tinubu is trying to like hail him that this is a lifetime award for him. I mean, for his contribution and his musical lifestyle. All right, quickly moving to page 10, still on the blueprint this morning. It says massive crowd as APC received Governor Kefas in Jalingo. Massive crowd as APC received Governor Kefas in Jalingo. That is coming on page 10 of the blueprint. Then on page 13, we have Anambra nurses recover baby dump in front of a shop. Anambra nurse recover baby dumped in front of a shop. All right, that is coming on page 13, still on the blueprint. Then the down page of the blueprint on page 23 by IMF, it says Nigeria to account for 1.5% of global real GDP in 2026, says by IMF. Nigeria to account for 1.5% of global real GDP in 2026. All right, let's quickly move to the up page to see what the papers are still saying on the blueprint this morning. On page 15 of the blueprint, we have African students honor Senator Yari. President Mahama orders in Ghana. African students honor Senator Yari. President Mahama orders in Ghana. I mean, this is a case of where the president Mahama have to honor the students. All right, coming on page 15 of still the blueprint. Let's quickly move to see on the page 23 of the blueprint, where we have federal government plan bailout for Gencos in for 4 trillion debt. Federal government plans bailout for Gencos in 4 trillion debt. I mean, still coming on the business page on the blueprint. Then let's talk about sport right now on page 32. We can see the picture of Lukaku there. You can see the picture of Lukman. Pardon? It's a Lukman poised to join Atletico Madrid. That is coming on sport. Lukman poised to join Atletico Madrid. All right, that is coming in on the page 32. See on the blueprint. Then on the front page, the up page of blueprint, it said 2026 Hajj Nakon chairman reaffirmed commitment to order preparation. 2026 Hajj Nakon, that is NAHCON, chairman reaffirmed commitment to orderly preparation. That is coming in on the page 15 of the blueprint. All right, let's quickly move to the next paper we have today, coming on the Guardian. Let's see what the Guardian is trending with the story this morning, being the 2nd of February. All right, on the front page, Nigerian turns to survivor business as former job dry up. Nigerian turns to survivor business as former jobs dry up, coming on the front page of the Guardian. Then on page 3, reactivate standby force against Sahid threat. Reactivate standby force against Sahid threat, Tinubu tells ECOWAS. Reactivate standby force against Sahid threat, Tinubu takes ECOWAS, coming in on page 3 of still the Guardian. Then on page 5, it says Headers asks US to sanction Nigeria linked to insecurity fund diversion. Header asks US to sanction Nigerian linked to security fund diversion. Still coming on the front page of the Guardian this morning. Then on page 9, we brought to you that terrorists raised churches, police station in Niger. Terrorists raised church, police station in Niger. I mean, this is a case of insurgency. Still talking about insecurity, how these guys are disturbing the peace of the country. All right, quickly grab a paper on that to see what it's saying. Then on page 7, it says Osun Assembly vows to recover diverted local government fund. Osun Assembly vows to recover diverted local government fund. I mean, still coming on the front page there. Then on page 8, we have anxiety as Soludo reopen Onitsha market. Anxiety as Soludo reopen Onitsha market. I mean, we all know how Onitsha market has been locked down for some time now, and good news that the market has been opened back again for the market to continue their daily activities. All right. Quickly moving to page 6. It says 2027 Atiku holds talk with ADP leaders amid Obi Kwankwaso alliance rumor. 2027 Atiku holds talks with ADP leaders amid Obi's Kwankwaso alliance rumor. I mean, this is still on the torso of the coming election 2027. We can see that Atiku is holding a talk with ADP leaders amid Obi Kwankwaso in alliance rumor. All right, quickly grab a paper on that to see what they're explaining on the 2027 coming election. Then the last story we have for you, or still on the Guardian, the down page on page 9, it says investor farmer laments as agri sector loses 5 trillion in 2 years. Investor farmer laments as agri sector loses 5 trillion in 2 years. Still coming in there. Then on the down page of the Guardian, on page 9, we have Owando announces 32% production growth, 3.2 trillion revenue in 2025. Owando announced 32% production growth, 3.2 trillion revenue in 2025. All right, let's quickly move to the up page of the Guardian to see what they have for us there. On page 3 of the Guardian, it says Obi fought Tinubu on multiple foreign trip 2027 agenda. Obi fought Tinubu on multiple foreign trips 2027 agenda. Then close to it, we also have Tinubu reform saved 27 states from collapse, says minister. Tinubu's reforms saved 27 states from collapse, says the minister. That's still coming on page 3. Then still on the page 3 of the Guardian, we have this is House defend delay in passage of Electoral Act Amendment Bill. House defends delay in passage of Electoral Act Amendment Bill. All right. Then I think that is all for the Guardian this morning. So let's quickly move to Vanguard before we quickly go on a quick break and come back. Let's see what the Vanguard is leading with this morning. On the front page of the Guardian this morning, it says businesses buckled under debt as default push bad loan in 21.2 trillion. Businesses buckles under debt as defaults push bad loan to 21.2 trillion naira. All right. Then under it, we also have high interest rate, FX shocks, end of COVID forbearance trigger spike in corporate loan failure. High interest rate, FX shocks, end of COVID forbearance trigger spike in corporate loan failure. All right, then we can see the picture of Olaremi Kadaso, which is the CBN governor, and we also have the picture of Benga Alade, the AMCON CEO. All right, still on the front page. Then let's quickly move up to see what the Vanguard is also saying there. On page 14, it says Gale of Defection, Why Nigerians Democracy is Not Working, by Ibrahim Gambari. Coming from Ibrahim Gambari there, it says why Nigeria is not working democratically. It says Gale of Defection, Why Nigerians Democracy is Not Working. All right, quickly grab the story on that to see what Ibrahim Gambari is saying. All right, then on page 10, still on the Vanguard, this is Ogun Governor clashes over oil well in Eba Island. Ondo, Ogun governors clashes over oil well in Eba Island. All right. Then on page 9, still on the Vanguard, it says again, bandits storm Niger community, raise police station, churches, abduct villagers. This is a sad one, still coming on the case of insurgency, talking about Niger State. It says again, bandits stop Niger community, raise police station, churches, abduct villagers. Then 80 Kajuru worshippers escaped as bandits hold 86 in captive. I mean, this case of insecurity is becoming something else in this country that we really need to take very, very serious. Very, very serious. I mean, with what is happening in Niger State, I mean, the story of kidnappers that has been happening in Niger State is becoming too much. I mean, looking at the people that escaped recently from the recent church attack in Kaduna, I mean, and coming again to see that there's another targeted massacre, as in raiding and kidnapping people. I mean, this is a case of high insecurity that the government really need to look into and make sure that these guys are brought to book. All right, quickly grab a paper on that to see what they're explaining on that aspect. Let's quickly move down to still on the Vanguard this morning on page 5. It says 2027 polls, fear of postponement looms over delay electoral law. 2027 polls, fear of postponement looms over delay electoral law. All right, still coming on the front page of the Vanguard. Then on page 10, still on the Vanguard, it says Sanwo-Olu to youth, participate in politics before it's late. I mean, Sanwo-Olu telling the youth, the Nigerian youth, to participate in politics before it's late. All right. Then on page 26, we have Osun Assembly. Osun Assembly vows to recover all diverted local government funds. Osun Assembly vows to recover all diverted local government funds. Then on page still on page 31 of sport. Now we're going to talk about sport. It's a 2030 World Cup. Super Eagle begin qualifiers June. CAF confirmed date. 2030 World Cup. Super Eagle begin qualifiers June. CAF confirms date. All right, let's quickly go on a quick break now. When we come back, we'll continue on what the paper is saying on the Tribune. Stand by, please don't go anywhere.
Hi, welcome to IDEA TV, the first innovation television. At IDEA TV, we bring you cutting-edge stories, insights, and shows that redefine innovation across Africa and beyond. Get ready to upgrade your mind. IDEA TV is your go-to destination for the latest trending news, cutting-edge tech, and innovative ideas that shape our future. From technology and innovations, business, health, education, and agriculture, climate solutions, science, and research. Stay ahead of the curve with us at IDEA Television.
Right, we are glad to have you back. This is the IDEA TV, the newspaper review segment. All right, let's quickly move to what the Tribune has for us this morning on the front page of Tribune, today being the 2nd of February 2026. And we can see that the leading story on the front page of Tribune this morning is West African leaders meet in Ghana, agree on regional security framework. West African leaders meet in Ghana, agree on regional security framework. All right, then under it we have say region now global epicenter of terrorism, violent extremism. Says region now global epicenter of terrorism, violent extremism. All right, it's coming on the front page of the Tribune. Then on page 3, we have oil spill. Ijo youth threatens to shut down oil facility. Oil spill. Ijo youth threatening to shut down oil facility. I mean, coming in on the Ijo youth there, threatening to shut down the oil facility. All right, quickly grab a story on that to see a paper on there to see what the Tribune is saying regarding that aspect. Then on page 2, still on the Tribune this morning, it says oil discovery at Egba. Ogun government reaffirm jurisdiction, cities legal, historical evidence. Oil discovery at Egba. Ogun government reaffirm jurisdiction, city, legal, historical evidence. Then on the down page, still on page 4 of the Tribune this morning, it says Oyo National Park Office Police arrest 7 suspects. Oyo National Park Office Police arrest 7 suspects. All right. Quickly moving to the front page, we can see the picture of Obi there, and a picture of Obi on the front page there, where we talk about this is that is coming on page 2. It says, "My team will continue where I stop in 2027." Makinde. My team will continue where I stop in 2027. Coming from Makinde. Then we also have as Peter Obi louds government for uplift of state. As Peter Obi louds government for uplift of state. Then on page 22, still on the Tribune this morning, we have Labour Party holds Congress in March. Labour Party holds congresses in March. Oti Usman urges Abure orders to short sword seek reconciliation. Oti Usman urge Abure orders to short sword seek reconciliation. Then we also have Party wishes Obi well in ADC. Party wishes Obi well in ADC. Your victory is temporary. Abure camp reply. Your victory is temporary. Abure camp reply. Then let's quickly move to the up page of the Tribune and see what the papers are saying. They on page 23 of the up page of the Tribune, we have Osun Assembly vows to recover all diverted local government funds. Osun Assembly vows to recover all diverted local government funds. Then we also have reinstate oversight legislative power over local government areas. Reinstate oversight legislative power over local government areas. Then on page 5 of the Tribune, still on the up page, we have, it says, free meters discourse defy ministers. Free meters discourse defy ministers. Then we also have directive focus on band A customer. I mean, talking about the discourse and the free meters there. All right. Then on page 5 of still on the Tribune, it says concern over huge cash outside banking system despite surge in digital transactions. Concern over huge cash outside banking system despite surge in digital transaction. And we can see on the front page of the Tribune, the leading story there is West African leaders meet in Ghana, agree on regional security framework. All right, let's quickly move to the Daily Trust and see what the papers are saying on the Daily Trust this morning. All right, we on the Daily Trust, what is the major trending story there is Tinubu abroad 22 days in 1 month. Tinubu abroad 22 days in 1 month. Then we also saw that on see on the front page, it says history impact as Governor Buni inaugurate world-class scientific research training center in Yobe. History impact as Governor Buni inaugurate world-class scientific research training center in Yobe. Then we also have still on the front page of the Daily Trust, we can see most of the people there and the inauguration of the training center in Yobe State. We can see the pictures of him opening the place and dedicating the place. That is a good one coming from the governor of Yobe State. All right, quickly move to, I think, the papers on Daily Trust. There's not much stories on the Daily Trust, so quickly grab a copy of that to see what the inauguration of the world-class scientific research training center in Yobe by Governor Buni. All right, let's quickly move to the next paper we have for the day. That will be the last paper on the Punch. Let's see what the Punch is saying this morning. On the latest story, on page 2 of the Punch, it says travels presidencies suspend 34 billion on forex in 2 years. Travels presidencies spent 34 billion on forex in 2 years. All right, that is coming on the front page of the Punch. Then we also brought to you that still on the front page, on the up page of the Punch, it says coup coming from Musa, the defense minister. It said coup, I was marked for arrest, assassination, says by defense minister, which is General Musa. He said coup, I was marked for arrest, assassination, coming from the defense minister. I mean, this has been a trending story about the coup plotted. So we really need to know what is going on the coup that was planned and was failed. All right, quickly grab a paper on that to see what General Musa has to say regarding that aspect. Moving on to page 2, still on the Punch. It says DHQ faces heat as military personnel bypass airport check. DHQ faces heat as military personnel bypasses airport check. All right, coming still on the front page. Then on page 8, we have Peter of Pale there. It says, Peter of Page, we saw it says health workers strike ground hospitals. Health workers strike ground hospitals. I mean, coming on still on the front page of the Punch. Then on page 9, all right, it says Ogun, Ondo in fresh battle over oil-rich boundary, Island. Ogun, Ondo in fresh battle over oil-rich boundary, Island. All right, that is coming on the front page of the Punch, the last paper we have for you today. So let's quickly move down to see what is the story are saying there. All right, I think on the front page, it says foreign trips, aircraft maintenance cost fall as FX purchases plumb 83% in 2025. All right, then stay on the front page. We are seeing the picture of presidency, President Trump and Yatawale. Their pictures are being burned there. I don't know the reasons why people are protesting over there. Then we saw, okay, on the protest line there, we saw it says protesters during an anti-US demonstration in front of the US consulate in Istanbul, Turkey on Sunday. I mean, there's been a disturbance of people protesting and demonstrating in front of the US consulate in Istanbul, consulate in Istanbul, pardon. I mean, quickly grab a paper on that to see their reasons and why they are coming out for protest over there. All right, then on page 8, the down paper of the Punch we have for you today, it says Osun Assembly APC chairman clashes over local government fund. Osun Assembly APC chairman clashes over local government fund. All right, still coming on the front page of the Punch. Then on page 5, it says Makoko demolition. Lagos Assembly to meet community leaders on Tuesday. Makoko demolition. Lagos Assembly to meet community leaders on Tuesday. Then the last page of the story for the Punch this morning, it says Owando record 3.2 trillion naira revenue amid oil production surge. Owando record 3.2 trillion revenue amid oil production surge. All right, these are most of the trending stories that we brought across your way this morning on iDEA TV. All right, a quick recap on what the headlines are saying on each one of the papers. Then on The Nation, the first paper we brought to you, we saw that on the front page, boldly written there, it says General Musa, how coup attempt was foiled at planning stage. I mean, how coup attempt was forged at planning stage. Then we also brought to you on the blueprint, on the front page of the blueprint, it says 80 abducted Kaduna worshippers escape troops. Rescue 70 in Niger. 80 abducted Kaduna worshippers escape troops. Rescue 70 in Niger. I mean, this is the case of insurgency, and the 80 of them be escaping. I mean, will I say it's a good development? But on the other hand, there should be a way these things are being covered up so that it won't be repeating itself again. I mean, this is a large number of people that have been kidnapped. All right, quickly grab a paper on that to see and what the ordeals they have faced in the camp of these hoodlums. All right, quickly moving to the next paper, a quick recap on the Guardian. On the Guardian, we brought to you that Nigerian turn to survivor businesses as former job dry up. Nigeria turn to survivor businesses as former job dry up. I mean, this is a captivating storyline there. Quickly grab a paper on that to see what Nigerian has to turn to survivor business as former job dry up. Then on the Vanguard, we brought to you on the front page of the Vanguard, it says businesses buckles under debt as default push bad loans to 21.2 trillion naira. Businesses buckle under debt as default pushes bad loans to 21.2 trillion naira. All right. Then on the Tribune, the leading story on the Tribune, we brought to you that West African leaders meet in Ghana, agree on regional security framework. West African leaders meet in Ghana, agree on regional security framework. Then we also brought to you on the trending story of the Daily Trust that Tinubu abroad 22 days in 1 month. Tinubu abroad 22 days in 1 month. Then we also have the history impact as Governor Buni inaugurates world-class scientific research training center in Yobe. All right, and the last paper we brought to you on the Punch, the leading story, I see travels. Presidency spent 34 billion on forex in 2 years. Travels, presidency spent 34 billion on forex in 2 years. I mean, these are most of the trending papers that we brought across your way on iDEA TV, your number one television for innovation and technology. And this is what we have for you today. So quickly grab a paper on all these trading stories to digest and to know more of what the papers are saying. Not forgetting that the iDEA Persons of Interest is already out on iDEA TV, where we brought to you pictures. I mean, people that are shaping the world in their different endeavors, people that are shaping the world in their different lines of endeavors. All right, quickly grab a paper, the iDEA Person of Interest, the 3rd edition that is out. I mean, these are people that have really impacted their generation in different aspects. All right, thank you for your time. Tomorrow we catch up again. I still remain Gabriel Matthew Seriki.